Good morning and welcome to Palm Springs Stadium here in Palm Springs, California. I'm Andres Tejeda alongside Josh Sperber for Game 1 of the California Winter League in Day 6 between the Oregon Lumberjacks and the Alberta Grizzly. Josh, great game for us today. Beautiful skies, few clouds, but nothing too crazy, no wind, and we got some baseball ready.
Absolutely. It's a rematch of the first game of the CWL season, and that was an absolute barn burner, Andres. A whole lot of runs came across the plate in that one, and looks like we're going to see something of the same. These guys each have around 3 wins, and it's just going to be it's a good day for baseball.
Absolutely. Mitchell Singer on the mound for the Grizzly. Starting lineup for the Lumberjacks will be Vaughn Jr. playing left field, Drew Thomas, and then Kozemka, Jim Balvo, the DH, Dickey at right, Bloat in center, Kean at second, Sanchez at shortstop, and Mendoza behind the dish. Starting defensively for the Grizzly, left to right in the outfield, it's Busby, Porter, and Mcdougall. Third base is Brandon Yevo. Nick Israel will go to short. Tatum the second at second, and Rankin at first with Tanaka behind the dish. And leading off for the Lumberjacks is going to be Greg Vaughn Jr.
Vaughn came in as one of the guys already signed to a pro contract. He'll be back in independent baseball this season. Not big on the speed, definitely has enough wheels, but he can spray the ball to just about anywhere on the field with solid power.
We're just underway here as the ball's thrown down to second.
Leading off for the Lumberjacks, the left fielder.
We'll have our first pitch coming momentarily.
Greg Vaughn Jr.
Greg Vaughn Jr. steps into the box. Every day we've been out here, it's been about 70 degrees, just around the low 70s, as Singer sets and fires the first pitch. He'll be called for a strike on the inside part of the plate, and we're underway.
A late call by the home plate umpire. That must have just caught the corner. That was in tight from Singer.
That one misses for ball 1. Small crowd here today, but as the day goes on, more fans will trickle in as a huge swing and a miss by Greg Vaughn Jr. puts him down 1-2. News around the baseball world yesterday as Big Papi David Ortiz, in his first year of eligibility, has been elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame with 77% of the vote. Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens missing out on their last year of eligibility along with Sammy Sosa. A lot of debate around Twitter and the baseball world on this year's election class as he takes strike 3 looking for out number 1.
Really nice breaking ball from Singer there. Absolutely froze Vaughn. Looked like a slider that started on the outside part of the plate, well into the left-handed batter's box, but that cut back in, clipped the outside corner. Great job on the mound so far from Mitchell Singer.
So Drew Thomas will come up to bat. He's batting an even 500. He's batted 500 in every single game in the last 4 games he's been played in. He's got 4 hits and 2 official at-bats in each appearance. First pitch misses for a ball. This one swung on the ground on the ground to the third baseman Yevo. He fires over to first, and Rankin has to jump over, but he lands the tag on Thomas for out number 2.
That is a really athletic play by Cole Rankin. Not the best throw there by Thomas, but Rankin able to corral it and slap the tag on Drew Thomas. Great heads-up play by the Grizzlies' first baseman.
At first baseman, you got to abandon that bag and try to make the play there. Not everyone can stretch as far as they'd like to, but great play nonetheless. First pitch called for a strike on Christian Kozemka. Second pitch on the way. That one misses outside for ball one. It's even at 1-1 with 2 outs. 1-1 pitch coming from Sanger. Swung on up the middle. Second baseman can't get it as it goes right under the glove and rolls all the way out to Porter out in center field. That'll be a base hit.
And Kozemka has been so great at the plate so far for the Jacks, just getting good wood on the ball every time he comes up to the plate.
Now
He is
batting,
now
the
6
designated
for
hitter,
9 on the
number
season.
6, Mcginnis.
Now the designated hitter, Nick Giambalvo, will come up to bat. Swung on the first pitch, popped up into foul territory, and it'll go out of play as Rankin meets the chain link fence. Nick Giambalvo again, the designated hitter. I was talking to him yesterday. We met him outside of the workout room that the California Winter League has set up, and he's got a great mindset when it comes to playing ball. So that one misses low. Or apologies, it called a strike. It was a late strike call there. He loves the game of baseball, and he's really excited to be out here in the warm weather and getting to compete in front of other guys who are also chasing the same dream, making a contract and one day making it to the big leagues.
And that's so clearly the goal on the minds of these players here.
Swung on and fouled off.
And Giambalvo, a guy who's been around the leagues in terms of independent leagues, spent some time in the Pecos League, but if you're coming here, you have to have that make or break mindset, that do or die mindset to get yourself to that next level, and you can tell Giambalvo is very focused on that.
0-2 pitch, missing outside and high for ball one. Giambalvo has yet to record a hit this year, or this month in the California Winter League, playing in 4 games. Does have a run and a walk with 2 strikeouts. They fill an inventory of baseballs to the home plate umpire after a few foul balls have gone out of play. 1-2 count, strike away from ending the inning as this one's popped up into foul territory. Tanaka looks at it, gives it a thought, but it'll go out of play right underneath us. Dontavius Dickey in the on-deck circle if Giambalvo can move the line along. 1-2 pitch swung on. Slow bouncer to first base, picked up and brought over to first by Rankin for out number 3. It's only 1 hit in the inning, but no runs will score. And the Grizzlies will come up to bat here at Palm Springs Stadium. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more California Winter League baseball. Welcome back to more CWL California Winter League action. Leading off for the Grizzly will be Cole Rankin. He's 0 for 2. Played in last Sunday's game. Was walked both times. This one's grounded to the third baseman. Firing over to first for a quick out number 1 on the first pitch.
Gotta love that one pitch, 1 out from Jack Silva. And I think Jimmy Johnson's going to use him quite a lot in this game.
Second baseman.
This is
Number
a very
7,
good start on this one pitch.
Tatum.
Defensively left to right, Greg Vaughn Jr. in the outfield and left field, Bloat in center, Dickey in right, and then left to right from the infield, it's Thomas, Sanchez, Kean, and Kozemka at first. Andres Mendoza behind the plate. First pitch called a strike to Tatum. Next pitch swung on and flied out into short right field. Second baseman Kean underneath it makes the catch for out number 2. So a pop fly to the second baseman in short right field and already 2 outs.
Really quick inning of work so far for Silva. Not looking to do too much. Doesn't need those big strikeouts, but he's getting the job done. Putting pitches in difficult places to get good wood on and using some weak contact.
Nick Israel coming up next. Silva has thrown every pitch for a strike this far. And as I say that, he misses for a ball high. He has a 3.23 ERA with 1 loss and 4 1/3 innings pitched with 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, and a hit. This one's hit out of play and foul. On the other side of things, Nick Israel is batting third in the lineup. This one's in the dirt. Still yet to have a hit in 5 at-bats. He's played in 3 games. Played in the opening day game against the Lumberjacks where he went 0 for 2 with a run and a strikeout. 2-1 pitch swung on and fouled. Look out. Third base coach had to duck. So it's 2-2. Nick Israel, a shortstop. But we've seen him play at second base as well. So an overall middle infielder. Pitch on the way. Called strike 3. Looking on the outside part of the plate, and that's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Jack Silva. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We'll be back with the top of the second here at Palm Springs Stadium.
I got the chills.
Welcome back to the California Winter League. I'm Andre Saheda, joined alongside by Josh Sperber. Top of the second, the Lumberjacks are up to bat. It'll be Tontavious Dickey up to bat. Tontavious batting .400 on the year as he takes strike one. He's got a double and a single, a run. He's been hit by a pitch as an RBI and struck out once. He also played in the opening game between these two on Friday, January 21st at 9 a.m. our time, an early game, and we have that triple header. Swung on, dribbled down the third base line. Third baseman Yevo fires over to first. Again on the outside part of the first base bag. Yevo needs to find that toss, but he is out on the tag by Rankin. So great defensive plays and awareness by Rankin to jump off the bag and make the tag in midair.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 11.
And that's out number one.
Whoa.
Kevin Bloat now. Killian apologies. Killian Bloat up next. He is 200 on the year for average. He's struck out once, walked once, as this one's hit up the middle to the shortstop. Israel fires over to first and picked up by Rankin for out number two. First pitch he sees. Quick out. Going to get through the line of Killian. He also has a base hit and an RBI.
Number 3, Spencer Kean.
Now Spencer Kean will try to make some noise here. He is also has one hit as he swings at the first pitch and fouls that one off. A single, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. He's has an average of 167, getting his first hit yesterday against the A's in that amazing comeback win by the Canada A's, that 9-run 6th inning. That misses outside for a ball. 1-1. He received his first hit, or earned his first hit, in yesterday's game. No daily promotions today, but tomorrow is out-of-towners day. Come out to the ballpark. All out-of-town residents get in the ballpark for $5. You can also upgrade to a power ticket for $13. You get admission, a hot dog, chips, and soda. This one swung on and fouled down the third base line. Or you can get admission to 20 games that include hot dogs, chips, and a soda for each of those games for $200. Only place to watch baseball right now. Count is 2-2 with 2 outs in the top of the second. One that can make this even perfect to choose is Killian's number was number 2, but he misses out with ball 3. And we go to a full count. Killian wearing the number 3. But on deck is number 2. 3-2 count. Swung on into deep center field. Running back at the track as Porter finally gets underneath it. Jumps over to reach for that ball. So a long out number 3 into deep center field. And that'll be the inning. We'll be back with the bottom of the second coming your way here at Palm Springs Stadium. Welcome back to beautiful Palm Springs Stadium.
The third
The
baseman,
California Winter League is
15,
early in
Yevo.
action. Day number 6. Day number 14 in the January to February time frame of a month-long baseball. Only day off is on Super Bowl Sunday. Get to give the players and staff here the chance to watch the Super Bowl, and huge things happening in football right now. His first pitch misses. Ball 1 to Brandon Yevo. One 0 pitch missing and swinging for strike 1. Yevo playing third base. Played in almost every game here. Played in the last 3 as this one misses low for ball 2. He has 1 hit, that being a double. He also has an RBI, adding 205 at-bats. He's walked, struck out as well. 2-1 pitch misses inside for ball 3. Brandon Yevo from Vaughan, Ontario, Canada. 5'10", 135, and 19. This one swung on. And it just misses underneath the glove of Adrian Sanchez. That'll be an error. And the leadoff man is at first.
Now batting, the catcher, number 10, Travis Tanaka.
Travis Tanaka will come up next. First pitch called a strike. Travis Tanaka catching from Alea, Hawaii. 5'10", 195, 26 years old. The pitch misses low for ball 1. Apologize. Announced that Yevo was 19. He's actually 24. Large age difference there. 1-1 count from Silva. Looks over to Yevo at first and fires home. Swung on a line and foul for strike 2. Ken was making the announcement in the other inning. Out of towners days tomorrow. Anyone who's not from here gets to come into the ballpark for $5. 1-2 pitch coming from Jack Silva, as he actually will check on the runner at first, but Yevo is safe. Count still 1-2 on the pickoff attempt. Yevo gets a lead. Silva looking at him, looking home, back at Yevo. Now another attempt first. And 1-2 count. No outs. Yevo reached on an error. Sanchez couldn't make the backhanded play as it ball rolled all the way into center field. Or apologies, left field. Swung on and missed a foul tip, strike 3 for out number 1. Nick Kreutzer now.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 38, Nick Kreutzer.
Let's do it.
That Kreutzer got his first hit yesterday for a single. It was a run and a walk and 2 strikeouts in yesterday's game. He's batting 143, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 run, 1 RBI, and just that single from yesterday. He takes strike 1 looking. Silva looking back to first, and another attempt pickoff. Yevo safe. And Silva not showing his best move. It's been a very lax move to first. As Yevo still with the large lead at first. And another attempted pickoff there, and Yevo stands in there safely. Andres Mendoza's behind the plate for the Lumberjacks. As this pitch misses high for ball 1. He has yet to have a runner steal on him. This one swung on, popped into the infield. Third baseman calling for it. That's Thomas underneath it and makes the catch for out number 2. So if Yevo does think about stealing, we'll see what Andres Mendoza can do behind the plate.
21, Christian Busby.
Now Christian Busby up to bat for the Grizzly. Christian Busby, also another member of this team who does not have a hit just yet, as that pitch falls in for a strike. Busby has 2 walks and a single, or apologies, and a strikeout in just 2 at-bats in 3 games. Came into pinch hit on January 23rd against the A's, where they had won that game. That pitch misses inside, 1-1. And the only at-bat he had, or plate appearance he had, he was walked. In the first game, he walked and struck out and grounded out. One pitch. Slow leg kick from the pitcher Silva. That misses for ball 2. Two-one pitch. Swung on and fouled away. It's off of the media area there. I know that's where our cameramen stand to snap photos and record. Put all our stuff on our social media. And you can follow us on our social media. On Twitter at Cal Winter League. Instagram and Facebook at California Winter League. All one word for Twitter, Instagram. And Twitter's Cal Winter League and Instagram is California Winter League. You can find all the updates there. All of our social media is run by our great first-year member of the California Winter League, Noah Fish. Another attempted pickoff at first, and no, Yevo safe. Missing inside, and the count is full. 3-2 count. 2 outs, runner on first. Payoff pitch misses high as Yevo will take second base on the walk.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 2, Barone Porter.
Barone Porter now
Okay,
for the
Barone,
Grizzly.
let's do it.
Barone Porter batting .750 on the year. Missing for ball 1. He's got 2 singles, a double, a run, and a walk in 4 at-bats. With 2 for 2 on Sunday and 1 for 1 on Monday against the Power. Only game he did not get a hit in was opening day against the Lumberjacks. This one's popped out and foul. As I said, Noah Fish, the marketing director, he's in charge of all social media. It's all those photos and score updates for you out there. His 1-1 pitch misses low. Yevo thought about taking off to third. Two-one pitch. Swung on and fouled on an inside pitch. So it'll be 2-2. Porter leading the Grizzly with that .750 average, and with 2 RBIs, he's tied with Davis and Tanaka. Two count. Missing high, ball 3. They run it full again. Full count. Silva fires. Runners advance, and that's ball 4.
All right, Grizzly.
So an error and 2 back-to-back walks have loaded the bases.
Now
And
batting,
Silva's
right
in
fielder,
the toughest
number
spot he's had all
25,
day,
Anthony
but still only 1 out away
Okay,
from getting out of the inning. Look at the standings. The Bombers leading. This is not an updated standings. We'll be sure to give you accurate standings here as this one falls in for a strike. So the Power are in first with a 3-1 record. Bombers in second with 2-2. They're also tied with the Chill and Lumberjacks. With Chill with 2 wins, 1 loss, and Lumberjacks with 2 wins and 2 losses. This one misses for a ball, and then tied up at third are the A's with a 1-3 record when they got their first win yesterday. Again, a huge 9-run inning for the A's there. This one misses for ball 2, and the Grizzlies sit at the bottom with a 1-2 record. Anthony Mcdougall with a 2-1 count. This one misses for ball 3, and they are 1 pitch away from either ending the inning or scoring their first run on a walk. Mcdougall has yet to record a hit. He has reached on a hit by pitch in the game against the A's on Sunday. He's only had 2 at-bats. And he misses for ball 4. So a run will come in and score, and the Grizzly lead 1-0. Lumberjacks manager will come on out and have a few words with Silva. Silva on the year, again, he's only pitched 4 1/3 innings on Saturday against the Power. He did not start that game, but he gave up 3 hits and 3 runs, only 2 of those runs earned. Gave up 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. ERA is at 4.15. Silva from Odessa, Texas. Tall, 6 foot even, 25 years old, and 210 pounds. Left-hander ends the conversation with his
Now
manager.
batting, the first baseman, number 39, Cole Rankin.
We'll return to the top of the lineup. Leadoff hitter Cole Rankin. He's 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch to Rankin. Swung on, dribbled down to the first base. Man in Kozemka. Kozemka fires over to Silva at first, and that'll be it. Only 1 run will score on the inning. Kozemka flips it over to Silva for the final out. 1 run on no hits and 1 error. I'll be back top of the 3rd coming your way here at the California Winter League. Welcome back to the California Winter League at beautiful Palm Springs Stadium in Palm Springs, California. Special guest in the box, 2-time All-Star and 2005 World Series champion with the Chicago White Sox. Bobby Jenks, welcome to the broadcast booth.
Oh, pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for taking some time out of your busy schedule with us, as this one's grounded on a backhand to Rankin. Rankin can't handle it, and it'll be a base hit for Adrian Sanchez.
So, I mean,
Those are always tough ones to be to give in base hits. You know, they always feel like I'm very pitcher biased, so if a fielder gets his glove on it, that should always be an
Now
error.
batting,
That's just how I feel.
number 15, Andres
you can be the
Mcdougall.
official scorer too. Man. We love to have you up in here, but you've been around here a couple of days and seen really pretty much all the teams so far. Any guys who really have caught your eye in this league so far?
Yeah, there's a handful of guys out here who definitely deserve to be recognized for their abilities and go to the next level as a nice double play was turned out.
So he makes up for it. Rankin making a double play.
See, even he knew that shouldn't have been a hit the first time.
Great see out there, guys.
So it'll be a 3-6-1 double play.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 10,
It'll be Greg Vaughn Jr., the
Jr.
leadoff batter, returning here in the inning.
Yeah, but go back to your question. There's definitely a few guys out here that are well deserved who have gotten signed already. Being so early in this league's start of this season, they've shown that they have what it takes to go to the next level.
And your guy, obviously, who's gotten to the next level. I mean, what do you think these guys need to key in on to get to that spot?
At their development, it's all about mechanics. The more the times they can repeat the good deliveries, That's key, obviously, at any level, but especially at this level, because it takes time and experience to learn how to pitch. But being able to key in on mechanical issues early is the biggest key for these guys to focus on.
What is the biggest difference that you've noticed in the development from minor leagues to major leagues? Obviously, fair difference. We're seeing a lot of rule changes. What is the biggest difference that you've seen from today since you were in the minors?
That's the beauty of this game. That the mere fact is that the game can change, but the mechanics are still the same, and it still takes the same exact things that it did 100 years ago that it does today. It's being able to be consistent, a consistent delivery, a consistent swing, taking the right approach to the bat, or the right approach to setting up hitters. The key foundations of baseball will always be the same, and that's the beauty of this game, that no matter what changes, the rules, the dimensions of the field, none of that matters without the key foundations of consistency.
There's a swing and a miss for strike 3 to end the inning. I will hope you'll join us for the second half of this inning.
Yeah, I'd love to. That was too quick of an inning.
Fair. We'll be back. No runs in this inning. And we'll be back with more Palm Springs Stadium, California Winter League Baseball coming your way. Welcome back to the California Springs baseball here at Palm Springs Stadium in beautiful Palm Springs, California. Back with Bobby Jenks, World Series champion and two-time All-Star. Quick inning in the bottom of the second, so it's been kind enough to stay with us here for the top of the third.
Yeah, it's a joy to be out here. I mean, that's why we came out here, to see some games, and I get a chance to sit in the shade right now.
So let's talk a little bit about your big league career. Obviously, World Series champion, that had to be a highlight of your career. What was that like?
It's a dream come true. You can ask anybody from 90 to 10-year-olds who want to aspire to be a baseball player, and any ex-baseball player or former or future. That's what you play this game for. It's the love of the game, and to win the ultimate prize, and that's the World Series, and to be able to be on the winning side of one of those, it's such a blessing. It's something that nobody can take that away from you, and that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's history. I feel like I'm a part of history, and, not just in baseball, but in Chicago. And it's just a wonderful experience.
Yeah, being a native Chicagoan myself, I heard that you were in the ballpark. I was like, that Bobby Jenks? You kidding me? But like we said, it's a pleasure to have you here, and bringing a championship to Chicago after over 80-year drought for the White Sox. A very historic championship there.
Yeah, it was such a great experience. I still go back to Chicago here and there. I'll actually be out there again in March. So anybody listening, I'll be heading that direction. But no, I still go back, and I'm still received, so warm and welcoming that, it'll always be forever a second home for me. And
Absolutely. Yeah.
you know, not just because of my experiences there and winning the championship, but how well I was received by the fans and how much that love is expressed both the ways, that, you know, how much I love them and they love me back. And it's just such a special thing to have in your life and be able to call a city like that, you know, another home.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, there's those Cubs fans that may not receive you as well. We were talking a little bit about that rivalry in between innings there.
Yeah, you know, I talk about that, you know, during the break. You know, it's a funny thing, no matter how old they are. You know, and they find out that you play for the White Sox, they are sure to let you know. Oh, okay. I'm a Cubs fan now.
Care to weigh in on that, man?
Yeah, that's very fair. I think that's just the wavering Cub fan in me, and just part of the Chicago just tradition. Huge, beautiful rivalry between the Cubs and Sox. It can get ugly at times, but more recently has been great as a great line drive. Another quick double play to end the inning here.
You know, I'll stick around for one more because I got a good story about just that rivalry, and I'd love to share.
But absolutely, I'd love to hear it. So down is 1-2-3. More baseball coming your way at bottom of the third here at Palm Springs Stadium. Welcome back to beautiful Palm Springs Stadium here, the California Winter League, here with World Series champ, two-time All-Star Bobby Jenks. So Bobby, you're going to tell us a little bit about the rivalry between Cubs and Sox, also playing with the Red Sox, a little bit of that rivalry.
Yeah, so, you know, obviously, Red Sox Yankees is our known rivalry. I mean, it's going back for so many years. You know, it's a legend of the game in itself. But I tell you one thing from the bottom of my heart: the Chicago Cubs and Chicago White Sox rival is probably better. On a fan, maybe not on a national-wide note, but inside the stadium, they get after it. And it's honestly, that, you know, back when you know, when interleague was true interleague, where you play them, you know, only, you know, once during the middle of the season. That rival, that you look forward to it, because going into Wrigley, or when they come to, you know, obviously a name change, but it come to the Cell on the south side, I'm talking full-on riots in the stands, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I used to work at Wrigley, and I'd always try to avoid the that crosstown classic. Just don't want to be a part of that.
you know, a lot of the times, you know, I was always ready in the beginning of the game, but I'd sit in the dugout. But that's one series that I went out to the bullpen early, just to sit and watch the stadium and watch the stands. And what's actually happening out there before I'd watch the game. It was an absolute blast, a lot of fun, and that's it. Unfortunately, Chicago series doesn't get the due I believe it deserves for that type of rivalry. But it was something great.
Is there anything you do differently to prepare for a game like that? Because that's got to feel like it's on just another level.
No. I mean, that's one of the things. You always prepare the same, no matter what game it is, and that's kind of the one of the tricks that help you in big situations, being able to go to a routine, something that that's just comfortable and easy to remember, something that help you mechanically. So you prepare the same, but it's just there's a little bit definitely more excitement knowing you're going into that series, just with the crosstown rival.
So you spent some time with the Red Sox. Your teammate David Ortiz making it into the Hall of Fame. Have you talked to him at all yet?
No, I haven't been. I mean, the guys sure get a million phone calls, and unfortunately, I didn't get. I've known him for many years, but only played with him for the two that I was in Boston, and but you know what, I couldn't be happier for somebody. He's so deserving. You know what? What's great about David is he's very humble, and it doesn't matter if you got 1 year or 20 years. He treats you the same, and he's just an unbelievable teammate and a great human. And it was a pleasure to have the opportunity to play with him.
Ground ball up the middle for a base hit, and again we have a new pitcher, Darian Russ. He walked the first batter, and now a base hit here.
Two guys on the side of the inning. When that happens to you as the pitcher, how do you kind of change your approach to really get those key outs?
Knowing that you're still only one or two pitches away from getting out of this inning, being able to keep that on the forefront of your mind is the importance right now. Not giving in to the big inning. Obviously, you know what? Sometimes you're gonna have to give up that one run to stay out of a big inning. But right now, it's really focusing on getting that ground ball. Getting that help from the infielders that why they're out there.
A broken back ground ball to the first baseman. Only one out will be a fielder's choice out at second for the first out of the inning.
And, he's got first and third right now. An opportunity for a one pitch, still to get that ground ball to the plate and get himself out of this jam.
Number 21.
Staying focused and staying grounded, not letting that moment get to you, pressure-wise. That's why I kind of touched on, in between, is having that consistency, that routine to go to in these type of moments.
And you were a guy who really was you had a monster of a fastball that just knocked guys out. Especially here, you see a lot of guys mixing in their breaking stuff a lot more. How do you feel like the pitch mix has changed since you were in the big leagues?
I think, it's always been that way. I think it all has to do with the pitcher. I was a power pitcher. I was a fastball pitcher. I was consistent, mid-90s to 100. So, not everybody is, got that in their back pocket. So you got to pitch to how you pitch. You can't try to be somebody else when you're out on the mound. And, that's one thing at this age or this development that I think is very important is, first mechanically, but secondly is knowing how to pitch. Not just throw the ball, but learning how to set up pitches, work in, work up, work breaking balls to both sides of the plate. And obviously that comes with time and development, but those are things that you can still learn how to do mentally to prepare yourself for these moments.
Stolen base as that one goes into the outfield. An errant throw by the back catcher Tanaka, and a run will score. So I have to ask you, as a Chicago legend yourself, you were coached by, I believe, a Chicago legend, Ozzie Guillen. What is he like as a manager?
What you see is what you get. A lot of people always thought that was some sort of gimmick or some sort of act, but not at all. That's just Ozzie who he is as a person, and a lot of critics or a lot of haters out there, they didn't like it or they loved it, and that was one of the things that I always appreciated about Ozzie is he wasn't afraid to be himself, and him and himself is baseball wise a wealth of knowledge. Him as a person, He's a great person. There's not much. There's no secret.
Mm-hmm.
There's not much I can reach for or try to dig down to get.
Yeah.
That's what you see is what you get. That's Ozzy, and that's the beauty of him. He doesn't try to hide who he is.
Line drop up the middle, just past the head of Russ, and stopped by Tatum for a base hit.
And what was your favorite part about just, you had about, I think, 5 years in the minors. What was your favorite part about just finally getting to the big league? What was going in your head?
Now batting.
Well, I kind of came up, a little bit different way because with the Angels, I spent, 4 years as a starter. I had a little bit of elbow problem. Ended up going to the bullpen, and my first year with Chicago was right after my last year with the Angels, and I was a starter. So the beginning, it was obviously very frustrating because I always picture myself as a starter in the big leagues, and I never had any other thoughts otherwise. And so obviously, things happen for a reason, and at the moment you don't realize it, but there's nothing better that could have happened than what did happen. Coming into Chicago as a closer was, something. Well, just being a closer in general, I had no idea how much fun and how awesome it was going to be until it actually happened.
A question I gotta ask you: you worked with Dan Cooper. What did you learn from him?
Don, yeah. Don is a beauty. Coop is he's a New York guy, so when you can get a word in, that's a full conversation. So a 10-minute conversation, if you speak 10 words, you did a good job. Getting a word in with him is, but another thing, he's just a wealth of information. Been around the game for so long that it was an absolute pleasure to be around, and it was a blessing to have those opportunities. Coming up, I also had Art Kushner as my bullpen coach. If you guys know who that is, he spent all those years in Oakland around the Bash Brothers, Henderson, Eckersley. So he came in, when I came in, he was there. That's who I learned a lot from.
Thank you so much for spending some time with us in the booth. End of inning 1-1 here. Lumberjacks and Grizzlies tied at the end of 4. Again, thank you so much for being in the booth. We really appreciate it. Absolutely love to have you.
Thank you very much. It was fun to be here, and hopefully next year if I come back in, we'll do it again.
Sounds good. Welcome back to the California Winter League. Bottom of the 4th. This ball is grounded to Thomas, firing over to first for out number 1. Andre staying with you here with Josh Sperber. Had a great conversation.
The designated hitter,
the
Number
great Bobby
38.
Jenks.
Nick
Yeah, just a big thank you
Cloyster.
again for Bobby Jenks out here.
Way to go, Bobby.
And just speaking to us, he did have a lot of good things to say about the California Winter League, of course. We'll be, if you keep an eye on our social media, you'll be able to see more of my interview with Bobby and talking about how important the CWL is to develop these young players.
Absolutely. Some great stories he shared working with two historic franchises in both the Sox, as this one is hit into center field, blowed underneath it, and out number 2. This game is moving along quickly.
Yeah, really good pitcher's duel, and it makes sense to have a World Series champ of a pitcher in the house. You get a pitcher's duel for the rest of the game.
Absolutely.
Jack Silver's still in
Busby.
the game for the Jacks here, and he is doing exactly what his manager and the manager of the Grand Junction Rockies, where Bobby Jenks is the pitching coach, Jimmy Johnson, doing exactly what his skipper asks.
First pitch is inside for a ball to Busby. Silva still out on the mound, continuing to work. One 0 pitch, swung on and hit foul for strike 1. I love his little, loved Jenks' little anecdote about the Cubs and White Sox rivalry, and almost immediately after the inning, a Cub fan came up asking for an autograph and making himself known. And, you know, he's been around for a while, Bobby Jenks, and I'm sure he's had to test that out, and seems to be a 100% kind of a time thing. I even found myself falling into it as well.
Oh, absolutely. I didn't go full on with the whole Yankees Red Sox stuff for sure, but that could have been the same thing.
I'm sure you could talk baseball this entire game into
yeah.
our second game, as this one misses for ball 2.
Yeah, really just a great guy to talk about baseball with. You know, you'd love to have him for the entirety of this game for real, but he's such a great baseball mind. He really clearly knows a lot about the game, and it's always fun to have those conversations with a big leaguer.
Speaking of conversations with big leaguers, I had the pleasure to talk to his teammate in Adam Dunn the weekend before he was sent into enshrined, I should say, into the Hall of Fame, as this one's hit foul on the line. Just talked baseball with him. He was working at a baseball camp out in Illinois. Came surprised us, and actually was being run by a ex-Royals player, and Brian Sweeney. And they were good friends, and just talked baseball over some sandwiches and chips. And those are the conversations I cherish the most, especially when it comes to baseball. 3-2 pitch misses inside, and a runner on first with 2 outs. And the game is tied 1-1. Grizzlies scored first in the bottom of the second, and the Lumberjacks scored in the top of the 4th.
Aaron Porter.
Aaron Porter 0 for 0 here, as he has not had an official at-bat. He walked his first time around in the second inning. First pitch to Porter. He swung on. Past a diving Thomas into left field on a hard-hit ground ball. Yeah, runners at first and second.
A good piece of hitting by Porter. Really barreled up on that baseball and sent it right into that 6-5 gap.
Always tough to cover that area there.
Now batting, the right fielder.
So it'll
number
be
25,
Mcdougall.
Anthony
Anthony
Mcdougall.
Mcdougall also reaching on a walk. That was the tough inning for Silva, where he walked 3 consecutive batters, Mcdougall being the 3rd consecutive in that inning before the ground out to get out of it. First pitch from Silva. In the dirt for ball 1. And Silva only letting 1 run score in that inning. That was Yevo, a lone run for the Grizzly. 1-0 pitch, fouled for a strike inside. 1-1. Silva's going to walk to the back of the mound, pick up some of the, I believe they got a rosin bag out there. It looks like that's what he picked up. As Mcdougall switches bats, I think he maybe cracked it on that last swing. So runners on first and second, 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th. Shortstop comes in with some speed, and Silva gives a fake attempt to throw to second as Busby will get in there safely.
And that's Adrian Sanchez trying to just sneak his way into second base to try and sneak a pickoff attempt, getting Busby off of second base, but he was way too aware of what was going on and let that happen.
Quietly called strike 2 there. Yeah, Busby at second is, look at this lead he takes. It's nearly halfway down the line. He gets not only a secondary, but a third lead as this one's popped up and foul. Busby is not being very cautious with that lead, but Silva's got to keep an eye on him, but also Mendoza behind the plate sure can see what he has to do. No runners have actually advanced or even stole on him yet. 1-2 count, 2 outs. Runners on first and second as this breaking ball does not break and it goes sailing into the backstop, and the runners will advance down the wild throw.
It looks like that Silva just lost the handle. You can tell he's getting towards the end of his time on the mound here. Saw a couple of guys warming up in the pen for Jimmy Johnson. It looked like next to pitch is going to be Takuro Fujisawa. Saw him taking some throws in the pen.
And Silva's around 65 pitches here. Only 47% of those were strikes. He's allowed a 1 hit, 1 run, and a strikeout, and make that 3 strikeouts as he gets out of the inning on the swing and miss to Mcdougall. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors on 19 pitches. End of the 4th, top of the 5th coming your way here at the California Winter League.
So one unearned run.
Welcome back to the California Winter League. Russ is back on the mound for the Jacks. 1-0 count on the way. This one swung on into the gap between third and short. Line drive, base hit.
Second base hit of the day for Sanchez, getting again in that gap in between shortstop. And that's actually the first hit of the day for the Grizzly Jacks.
Andres Mendoza, the bat catcher for the Jacks.
Looks like we have a new pitcher for the Grizzly as well. I believe that's Takuro Fujisawa.
Called a strike. So 0-2 count to Mendoza. Ball missing inside for ball one. As you mentioned, Josh Fujisawa's in the game. Russ will finish with 1 inning pitch, 2 hits, 1 run, and 1 strikeout. This pitch misses for ball 2. Sanger finished with 3 innings pitched, 1 hit, and 2 strikeouts. And I think it's safe to say that Silva's day is done. He pitched 4 innings thus far, 1 hit, 1 run. As this one popped up into the infield, caught in between is Sanchez, and he'll have to run on back as he was stealing. And a pop out to Rankin as he makes the catch. I don't know if you saw what Rankin did there on that for the catch, but he looked right back at Sanchez and showed the ball to him in the glove.
That just gotta prove you got the out, I guess.
It was so poised the way he turned and stood and looked at him. Sanchez is dusting the dirt off of him. He gets up from first pitch, and Sanchez takes off to second. Great toss, but the ball will be dropped, and Sanchez will get the stolen base.
Good jump from Sanchez there, even if the shortstop had covered the bag initially. Doesn't look like he would have beaten Sanchez. Just got way out in front of Tanaka behind the plate.
So a 1-0 count. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Sanchez at second. I think full to the stolen base. This one swung on into left field. Busby back underneath, and Sanchez is going to tag, or he thought about it and stopped. Ball bounces into third for a long out number 2.
Now batting to the third
Drew Thomas
baseman,
now.
number 23, Drew Thomas.
Drew Thomas is 0 for 1. He grounded out to the third baseman in the first inning and then walked in the fourth. Came around to score the only run for the Jacks. First pitch. Called a strike on the inside part of the plate. Gosh, we've seen about 13 games thus far. What has been your favorite moment in the Winter League?
I mean, it's really hard to pick. It's easy to love just any moment. We're watching baseball. We're talking baseball in beautiful weather in January where there's really no other baseball going on. So it's all been a pretty special experience. Definitely cool to talk to Bobby Jenks.
Oh, yeah.
I really liked when he was playing. But yeah, I mean, I'm loving it, man.
All misses outside ball 2. I got to say that comeback by the A's yesterday was pretty good. That 2-run shot from Kendrick to put them on top and solidify that lead was really nice. 2-1 pitch, 2 outs. Sanchez on second. Pitch in the dirt, ball 3.
Thomas worked a full count in his last at-bat, scored the only run for the Jacks so far. Staying really patient at the plate, just waiting for a good pitch to drive.
This one swung on, hit up the middle on a fly ball. That's going to drop, and a run will score. So an RBI single for Drew Thomas.
And there's the pitch to drive that he saw. Decent location on the fastball. Didn't get the entire barrel on it, but it got enough just to lift it out in the outfield, and that is all you need to do if you're Drew Thomas. Good piece of hitting, and that will lead for the Jacks.
2-1 lead. It's Christian Kozemka with a runner on first. Christian is 2 for 2 with 2 singles into center field. First pitch. Called for a strike on the outside part of the plate.
Kozemka 2 for 2 on the day, as you said, and he has just been red hot. He has recorded at least a hit in every single game. Has 8 strikeouts on the mound itself. He's been a guy who's really impressed me so far.
Stealing is Thomas as that throw goes out into center field. It'll be corralled by Nick Israel. So it just went over the head of Tatum.
Another stolen base. Not a great throw by Tanaka. A little bit high on it, but another great jump from these Jacks players. Thomas way out in front of that pitch. 2 times that these guys have gotten the better of Takuro Fujisawa.
1-1 count, 2 outs. Fujisawa looking to get out of the inning. That ball in the dirt for ball 2. Appeal to the second base umpire, and he says no, he did not go.
Definitely the right call. You heard the bounce in the dirt from up here. Fujisawa tried to get him to go fishing to get that second strike. Good patience at the plate from Kozemka.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 out, runner on second. Kozemka, who's 2 for 2, hits one up the middle again. Picked up by the second baseman Tatum, firing over to first, and that's the inning. So a run will score, and the Lumberjacks will take the lead here in the top of the 5th. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. We'll be back at the California Winter League here at Palm Springs Stadium in Palm Springs, California. Don't go anywhere.
Jack in the box. Throughout the inning.
Welcome back to the California Winter League. Bottom of the 5th coming your way. The Lumberjacks lead the Grizzly 2-1 on a scored single as this one's hit into left center field on a fly. And making the catch is the left fielder, Greg Vaughn Jr. for a quick out number 1. Silva.
One out, exactly what you need for Silva there after he's in his 5th inning of work.
And we were surprised to see the number 9 jersey walking back onto the mound. But like you said, 1 pitch, 1 out.
Now the number 9 jersey's stepping up to the plate, and pinch hitter in Alex Lippman.
Honestly, if you didn't have the names on the front, I wouldn't know which jersey was which.
That's actually Jacob Mcginnis. My apologies. Mcginnis replacing Tatum at second base.
Now batting, number 9, Jacob Mcginnis.
And McGinnis takes a swing and misses on the first pitch for strike 1. And he swings at that one and misses for strike 2.
Lefty on lefty matchup. Mcginnis just not seeing the ball that well at the plate come out of Silva's hand. And Silva's certainly taking advantage.
0-2 count on the way. Missing outside. Good idea to try to get him swinging again on that pitch.
You got to come outside of the zone sometimes, especially when you got the better guy, the guy swinging twice. We'll see what Silva throws here.
1-2 pitch. Swings and fouls it off. We'll do it one more time. McGinnis is from Fort St. John in British Columbia, Canada. 5'10" and only 19 years old. 5'10" being actually one of the smaller guys amongst all these guys out here. But definitely one of the youngest. 1-2 count. In the dirt for ball 2.
McGinnis had an aggressive approach out of the box at first, but he's kind of calmed himself down and really done a good job of waiting for another pitch instead of just hacking at what Silva's offering. He's seen a couple of balls in this at bat, and he is looking for his pitch to hit.
2-2 count from Silva. Swung on and fouled again. McGinnis staying alive. McGinnis, an infielder. He's at second base now. Taking over for Terry Tatum, the second. 2-2 pitch. And again, sticking that piece of wood out there and fouls it off again.
Great defensive at bat from McGinnis here. He's really just fighting to stay in. And Silva's got to adjust.
8th pitch of the at-bat coming up next. Silva wipes his hands. Mendoza giving him the signs here. Silva agrees, sets, and fires a 2-2 pitch. Got him on the outside part of the plate for strike 3. So a long at-bat, took 8 pitches to get him, but that's out number 2.
And that's got to feel really good if you're Jack Silva. Going back and forth
Number
with Lippman.
14,
Even on the kiddo. And he just froze him with that breaking ball on the outside corner.
He's running out of room on the stat sheet for foul balls. So number 14 will come in, and that is Dayosuda Fukuda, as he'll take strike 1.
And Fukuda 1 for 4 so far on the season for the Grizzly. Did score a run and walked up.
That's a hard ground ball past a diving Drew Thomas for a base hit.
Right down the line on third base for Fukuda. It's a good piece of hitting. And McGinnis might not have been able to figure out the pitch on Silva, but Fukuda getting some nice runs.
This is where we're going to get a lot of changes here. Joe Savage now batting. A toss over to first, but Fukuda is safe as he scampers back to the bag. 2-1, Lumberjacks lead after a 1-run inning. At the top of this inning is another toss over to first, and Fukuda safe again. Grizzly looking to tie it up here. Fukuda starting that 2-out magic with a base hit down the third base line. And Savage will be tasked with moving them around as this one is low, gets away. That'll be a passed ball. Fukuda advances to second, now runner in scoring position for Savage.
and you heard the thump of Tanaka's glove on that pitch.
Okay, Nick. RBI. There it
That's
is.
unfortunate, or not Tanaka's glove, on Mendoza's glove. You really heard the thump of that ball, and that is something you have to hang on to if you were a catcher, as they put Savage on base.
I'm not sure if that hit Savage or if they're just intentionally walking him.
I think it hit him.
Trying to give him a hit by pitch. The runners will advance. As you said, there was a loud thump. I wasn't sure if that was Mendoza, if it hit his gear, but it looks like it'll be a hit by pitches. I did see the umpires meet up around quarter way up the first baseline. This pitch to Tanaka. This is for the ball.
Travis Tanaka.
Okay, Travis. Big RBI out there.
Tanaka's 0 for 2. A strikeout and a ground ball to third base, looking to advance the runners on with some more two-out magic. Ball in the dirt, ball 2. Salva's finding himself in another tough spot. He walked the bases loaded in the second inning and walked in a run as well. Two-0 pitch from Silva. Swung on up the middle on a line. And one run will come around to score. Runners will stop at second. That's a base hit RBI, and the Grizzlies tie it up here at 2.
And Travis Tanaka hit every part of that ball, an absolute bullet into center field to tie this game up. A real back and forth contest. And out comes Jimmy Johnson to the mound.
Nick Kreutzer.
Not sure if this will be the end for Silva. He's gotten one out away, and Jimmy Johnson let him finish the last inning. There's no one coming in, or apologies, there is someone coming in. They're changing gloves. It'll be Adrian Sanchez to come in for Silva. We'll take a quick break as JJ's still talking with Silva on the mound. We'll be back with more California Winter League Baseball. The game is tied at 2 on the RBI single from Travis Tanaka. We'll be right back. So a quick break as they look like Silva's still on the mound. First pitch called a strike against Kreutzer. Kadrian Russ will fill in for Adrian Sanchez, and Adrian looks like he'll be warming up in the bullpen. So that pitch misses outside for ball 1. JJ's going to try to let him finish the inning that he started here. Nick Kreutzer 0 for 2. He flew out to third base. And this one smoked into the gap. Back at the track. And no, they collide out in left and right center field. The ball drops down on the ground is Bloat. He finally comes up on his feet. And it'll be a bases clearing. We'll give him the error there, but the bases will come around to score. And they'll actually give him the bases clearing double. But right now the focus is on Bloat, making sure that he's all right. 2 runs will score. And the Grizzlies take a 4-2 lead.
That was an absolute shot
Number 34.
into the outfield by Nick Kreutzer. And he just, I really thought that was going to carry on out of here. Unfortunate that the collision happened out in right center. Bloat looked like he had a good beat on it. Just not great communication between him and Dickey and Wright.
You know, I think he even made the play as this one's bounced up to Russ. Russ fires to first, and that'll be the last out of the inning on the first pitch he sees. So 3 runs come around to score, and the Grizzlies take the lead here in the bottom of the 5th. We'll be back. We got 3 runs on 1 hit, no errors. Back with more California Winter League Baseball. Welcome back. Top of the sixth coming your way. Grizzlies take the lead 4-2 with a 3-run bottom of the fifth. Giambalvo up to bat. Fujisawa still at the bump as Giambalvo will foul the first pitch off. Giambalvo's 0 for 2 with a ground out to the first baseman, and then another ground out to the first baseman, but a fielder's choice for the out at second. He also has a stolen base as this one's hit into left field on a line for a base hit.
A good way to start off the inning for Giambalvo. Just drove it right down the line, taking it the other way. Haven't seen a lot of guys do that so far. That is something very valuable the scouts can see.
Some defensive changes. Delman Russ out in right field, Littman in center, and Mcdougall in right. Coming in at third for Yevo is Joe Savage. Fukuda at short. John Mcginnis will take second, and Sean Lawler comes in at first. First pitch in the dirt to Dickey. Next pitch missing inside and high for ball 2. Giambalvo has not taken a large lead at first. Fujisawa not even sure looking at him as he fires in and misses for ball 3. (3-0) count to Dontavius Dickey. Swung on down to third base, and it eats him up. The shortstop will pick it up, but it'll be a base hit, an infield base hit, on a hard ground ball that Joe Savage just could not corral.
That's a difficult one to grade. Was at Joe Savage, but kind of lined right at him on a short hop. Not an easy play to field. So Dontavius Dickey puts a second runner on the base paths with no outs.
Killian Blody's 1 for 2. He grounded out to shortstop his first time around, and then base hit and a stolen base. As this one's popped up into the infield, they're going to call an infield fly. And this one drops from the catcher and advancing on his at risk. They're not sure what's going on, and they'll be tagged at third. There was no force out, so Savage or Fukuda will make the out. So that's going to be a fun one to score in the scorebook. Pop fly for an infield fly.
Why did he just run off the field?
To me, that looked like a textbook infield fly, but it looks like the umpire's not giving the signal for that.
I saw the second base umpire point up in the air for an infield fly. The catcher, Travis Tanaka,
The second baseman,
missed
number
it.
3, Spencer Kean.
So an infield fly. Tanaka makes an error as the runners will advance. He will be tagged out. Fukuda will tagged out Giambalvo at third, but Dickey advanced. Giambalvo thought that he was out because there was Joe Savage just ran over the bag with his foot, but it was not in fact a force out. It was a tag play. So Giambalvo was coming back. The Jacks were calling for him to go back as there's a miscue behind home plate. Did he go? No, he did not. So 1 and 2 as we try to organize ourselves after that wild play. And you know, Josh, you see a little bit of everything and sometimes a little bit of things that you might never see.
Yeah, I mean, you never see a double play on an infield fly, I'll tell you that much. But here we are with 2 outs in the top of the 6th.
The ball misses out for ball 2. A lot of marks there on the scorebook. 2-2 count. Swung on into right field, down the line, chasing it is Mcdougall over his head, and it hits in fair territory. It hits off the lip of the grass and rolls all the way into the corner. Running from second to third is Kean, and that's a stand-up triple. And the Lumberjacks cut the lead down to 1.
An absolute blast from Spencer Kean. That could not have been any closer to being fouled. I mean, that was just right on the line out in right field, and Spencer Kean just kept on chugging, getting a run home.
Yeah, the grass elevates out there. It's a little dangerous if a runner or a fielder's out there because it's about a 3-inch dip or cut in the grass, and it looks like it hit right off of that ledge of the grass and then kicked all the way into the chain link fence in the corner just beyond the foul pole, as this pitch misses for a ball. Pitch misses again, ball 2. Will be Sanchez back to bat. He's been subbed out. He reached on an error and then had a base hit. Tanaka meets up with Fujisawa, trying to calm him down after 2 consecutive pitches for balls. And we had 2-time All-Star and World Series champion for the White Sox, Bobby Jenks. And can't mention Chicago without mentioning that it's below freezing out there as this one's popped up into foul territory. Lawler comes in, makes the catch in foul territory for out number 3. So the Jacks score 1 run on a RBI triple by Spencer Kean. Got a good game coming up as we're nearing the end of the game. Bottom of the 6th coming your way here from Palm Springs Stadium. Welcome back to the California Winter League here in Palm Springs Stadium in beautiful Palm Springs, California. Low 70s, beautiful skies, just a few wispy clouds. And Adrian Sanchez comes in on the bump to start off the bottom of the 6th. It's the first pitch he throws is called to strike, as Alex Littman will come in to take his first at-bat. Next pitch. Inside, ball 1.
So that means the
Okay,
book
Alex.
is closed on Jack Silva. Currently in line for the loss. 5 innings pitched, 4 runs on 4 hits, 3 runs earned, 5 walks, and 4 strikeouts.
Silva, only 52% of his pitches were called for strikes, or threw those pitches for strikes. And pitching a positive, I'd say anywhere around 70-75% of pitches called for strikes is where you want to be. Unfortunately, 52 is a rough place to be. 2-2 on Lippman. As that one's called strike 3 looking. Sanchez comes out and gets the punch out for the first out of the inning.
Great start to his outing so far. Sanchez moving from shortstop to the bullpen in the last inning. Adrian Russ taking his place there. And he is picking up right where Silva left off.
Sanchez has pitched in one other game where he had a very rough outing. The first pitch swinging for Mcdougall.
Now batting Anthony Mcginnis.
Sanchez pitched 1 inning on Friday against the Grizzly. That was opening day. Allowed 5 runs, all those earned, 1 walk on 5 hits. His ERA is at a skyrocketing 45. Third pitch from Sanchez. Swung on for strike 2. So a much different Adrian Sanchez we're seeing on the mound as he recorded his first strikeout of the California Winter League. Just one previous batter ago, and he gets another one here. Got him looking as well. That's 2 strikeouts in the inning.
Adrian Sanchez looks like a man on a mission at the mound. He is just
Now batting
surrounding the
number
strike
32.
zone with his pitches and really
Sean
freezing his
Lawler.
batters.
Okay, Sean.
It'll be Sean Lawler, the new leadoff hitter for the Grizzlies. Will take over for Cole Rankin. This pitch misses, or apologies, it hits the top of the zone for a strike. Delayed call there by the home plate umpire. Sanchez back to work. This one swung on into deep center field. Running back at the track is Bloat, and he'll make the catch right outside of the warning track for a long out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning for Adrian Sanchez. We'll be back. Top 7 coming your way. Last chance for the Lumberjacks to tie the game. Welcome back to the California Winter League. Last chance for the Jacks as it's the top of the 7th, but only down by a run. But the Grizzly lead 4-3. This game's been very interesting. The Grizzlies scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th. The Lumberjacks scoring once in each of the 4th, 5th, and 6th inning. As Andres Mendoza, who's 0 for 2, is up to bat in the 9 spot. He grounded into a double play, a 3-6-1 double play, and then it flew out to the first baseman in short right field. Swung on and foul tipped for strike 1.
A save situation for Jackson Decker here.
When that's in between the games, that's what I do.
So looking to just throw some strikes, get his team home with a 1-run lead.
A 1-1 pitch, missing outside and just hitting off of the glove of Tanaka and rolls all the way to the backstop.
What about our headshots? Are they squeaky clean?
And as
I'm not
for Decker, as you mentioned, in line for the save,
All right.
he has only pitched in 3 other games. He's pitched 4 innings. This one's grounded, and finally a base hit for Mendoza as this one's grounded into left field for a base hit.
And that gap in between short and third has been a popular destination for baseballs.
No batting.
About 25% of the hits have gone
Greg
right
Vaughn
there.
Jr.
That includes both teams in that stat.
I think that's for all teams. We've seen so many balls just splitting that second or apologies, shortstop and third base gap, which live there if you can.
Yeah, I mean, good place to hit the ball. The shift rarely covers that area, so a lot of right-handed hitters in the league this season as well. It certainly helps the cause.
So it's Greg Vaughn Jr., the leadoff batter for the Jacks. Jackson Decker, as I said, 4 innings pitched. He's got a 4.5 ERA. He's allowed 4 hits, 4 runs, only 2 earned, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts in 4 innings of work. As this one's popped up into the infield. Shortstop is calling for it, but it'll be the first baseman running all the way over from first, right behind the pitcher's mound. As Sean Lawler puts away the first out.
And Greg Vaughn just hurled his back towards the dugout in frustration. So it looks like he just missed getting his barrel on that and sending into the outfield, forcing danger.
I'm very surprised Lawler came running in. Usually that's a ball for the shortstop to call off. He has command of the infield. But Lawler came racing in. Mendoza with the lead and taking off. It'll be a pinch runner and will be called out. So that was Ruiz who's called out on the throw. Also a strike there. Went from Tanaka to Mcginnis on the strike and put out.
And a beautiful throw by Tanaka. The first 2 attempts he's had to second base sailed into center field, but right on the money to get out the speedy Kane Ruiz.
This pitch misses for a ball, 1-1. Travis Tanaka, catcher. The entire time in both games, he's caught in 8 full innings. That's the first batter, or second batter he's caught stealing. He's allowed 4 batters to steal on him before entering this game. This one's in for a ball. Two-one pitch, 1 out away from ending this game. Missing ball 3, 3-1.
And this is where Decker just needs to throw strikes. Nobody on. You just want to get this guy out here. So put pitches on the corners. Throw a high, hard fastball on the inside corner. Something like that. But you just want to get this guy out. Maybe force him to put one in play weakly into the infield.
3-1 pitch. Called a strike at the top of the zone. And we're full.
And Thomas certainly didn't agree with that call, but that looked like it was right at the letters on the jersey. A smart pitch by Decker, that high, hard fastball.
Thomas is quite the hitter, entering the game with a 500 average, calls for times. He's got 3 singles and a double, and he's 1 for 2 today. 3-2 count. Thomas walked and grounded out to the third base, and then has a single and a stolen base, swung on and hit foul out of play.
Yeah, this is where Thomas is going to get defensive at the plate. Just if anything is remotely close, he's going to offer at it. So Jackson got to get tricky with his accuracy on the pitches here. You want to see something just outside of the zone to try and fool Thomas for that swinging final out.
Swung on, dribbled down the third base line, picked up. Savage fires to first, and he gets him. A complete, almost full split by Lawler as he extends the body for the final out of the game. Final score, the Oregon Lumberjacks fall 3-4 to the Alberta Grizzly. Josh, thoughts on the game?
Yeah, really back and forth contest. One of the most exciting games that we've had. A tough loss, though, for the Jacks. They hung 10 hits on Grizzly pitching, but just left so many runners stranded. A couple of the guys getting caught stealing. Some double plays. Just so close to completing that comeback, but really, the Grizzly were in control for the majority of this game.
Grizzlies move on 2-2. The Lumberjacks fall 2-3 to the bottom of the standings. Final line score for the game: the Grizzly visiting Lumberjacks fall 3 runs on 9 hits, 1 error, and the Grizzlies win with 4 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors. For Josh Sperber, I'm Andre Stater. Thank you for joining us for Game 1 of today's doubleheader. The Canada A's and the Palm Springs Chill up next shortly. So don't go anywhere. Join us for more baseball here at beautiful Palm Springs Stadium at Palm Springs, California, here at the California Winter League. Again, final score, Oregon Lumberjacks 3, Alberta Grizzly 4.